Want to know, what can you get for under $800,000 in beautiful Morrison, Colorado? Now, whether you referred to us by a family member or friend, you love our channel, thank you, or you're a partner with us through Zillow, the first thing when you pull into any driveway, you got to ask yourself, what'd you think about the area driving in? So let me know, what'd you think about this area? See why so many people love Red Rocks Ranch. However, many people need to figure out the exact area they want to live, because as we go look at this home, you'll better understand what it is you really want or you need in a property, but the community matters most.
If you need more information on any area, comment guide down below.
Now, when it comes to touring homes though, you want to see as many homes in person as possible, because let me ask you, some of those homes that you've seen in person, how did they look online? You're right, a lot different. And so you could imagine that sometimes there might be a home that online didn't look exactly the way you want, and it actually is a home that you may like. But this one, I'll tell you, is an amazing property. What you see online is what you get, so let's head on inside. Now, my favorite question, though, is what is it that you could see yourself doing first in your new home? And Gavin, for this couple?
For them, it was a large open living space that they could enjoy with their new daughter. But another priority was a work from home space, like an office / flex space, where they could have a guest suite.
Ah, kind of like this room over here.
Exactly.
Now, we're not going to go in because actually they're working from home right now. Now, one of the things I absolutely loved about this home, Gavin, is the overall layout. And when you're looking at the ability for them to really have the things that they wanted in a home, but more importantly, some of the needs based on their living situation, I mean, this upstairs is pretty much perfect.
Exactly. So you have options for a formal dining space. You have a sitting area to eat breakfast. It opens right up into the large living room. There's high ceilings, sleek finishes, and all of these things contributed to their decision to purchase this home.
Yeah, what I also loved though was you were telling me it was the natural light.
Yes.
I mean, if you really walk through this property, look at the colors, the tones, but what I absolutely love is just how amazing the abundance natural light is, and overall just the feeling that you get if you're hanging out. Now, when it comes to working within a budget though, because you're probably like most people that we talk to that believe that sometimes this beautiful home is out of their affordability range. And there's a lot of misunderstandings on what's going on with financing and affordability these days. And Gavin, I know these people came to us, right? They were referred by Zillow?
Yep, and they came to us with a budget of $850,000. And after exploring the market and what we can do for buyers right now, we actually were able to bump their budget up to $900,000. And so whether you're working with a premier lender or partnering with us and Zillow Home Loans, if you'd like to figure out how you can get a lower interest rate on a home like this, comment rate down below.
Now, what's so interesting though is so many people with interest rates, they actually think there's only one type of interest rate. But how are some people getting lower interest rates right now?
Well, mainly through seller concessions. So with the market the way it is, sellers are willing to buy down interest rates for buyers. And that's most unique about this buyer's market.
And then there's other financing options too, right? Like 2-1 buy down. What is that?
Sure. That's actually, you can get a 2% lower interest rate in your first year. The second year would be 1% lower, and then the third year goes back to prime.
So if somebody wants a beautiful home like this, they actually can work with a mortgage lender and the sellers who are a little bit more willing to negotiate in today's market to actually not wait, but take advantage of the market.
Can get the interest rates into the 4s right now.
Now, outside of interest rates, there's two things impacting home values in Colorado right now, which you may be wondering, is the home value going to rise in the home that I purchase? And when you look at a beautiful home like this, there is a high probability, but how do we know that? And it really is something called inventory. And the months of inventory in Colorado is actually doing much better than the rest of the nation, which many people don't know that, because lately, as we've seen a rise in inventory, which basically just means more sellers decided to sell their home and they didn't sell as fast, all of a sudden buyers had some good opportunities, right?
Yeah, we had some good leverage, and I get to feel what it feels like to experience somewhat of a buyer's market by taking advantage of some sellers.
Yeah. Now, the interesting part about that is in Colorado, anything basically 5 months or less of inventory. And all that means is like, how long would it take if no new homes came to market for all the buyers to purchase them all? And there's no homes for any of us to tour like this. And 5 months or less is considered a seller's market. And that means that home prices have a high probability of rising. And in Red Rocks Ranch, specifically Morrison, that value is actually only 3 months of inventory. And here's what's crazy. Inventory is dropping every single month right now in Colorado, with a high probability of continuing to drop all the way into next year. So a lot of people, especially in a beautiful home like this, there's a great chance that the home that you purchase can continue to gain equity month over month over month. And that's the real reason why people invest in real estate. But what's so amazing about this family and why they invest in this home is it's not just real estate, it's the other things in it, right? And as you look at just the amazing height of the ceilings, again, we're upstairs, and I can't get over how natural lighting just is in abundance. But there's some other things that were way more important than money, financing, and investment. And that's what most people, when we get to work with them, it's about something bigger, which is where they live. And this family had some things that were more important than just a good home value.
Yes, and for them, it was a large primary suite. You know, they just had a new baby, and they're going to be up and having some sleepless nights. So this primary suite was very important to them. But also, you have an additional bedroom, full bathroom, along with the proximity of their baby's room close by.
And not only that, but with that baby, they're going to be washing a lot of clothes. I love having the washer dryer set up right next, you know what I mean, to the master bed.
Exactly.
Now, what I love about this exterior is that you do get some private space if you have pets, if you have kids. And overall, when you look at really working within a budget, you have to choose between location, size, and condition. And obviously the location of this home being in Red Rocks, there are so many things that you're going to do outdoors that for a lot of people, having a large outdoor space really doesn't even make that much sense to them. You'd want to invest the money into, as you can see, the condition of the home and the overall size. And as you look at what many people try to do when it comes to overall where they're living, is figuring out what is it that they really need. And for some people, if it's a larger backyard, you can see that this probably wouldn't be the best fit for them. But for this family, they're busy, right?
Yeah. They're in the medical field. Their daughter is young. They're going to enjoy this home for 5 to 7 years, and they're going to move on.
I love it. And so if you're looking to enjoy a home for the next couple of years, 5 to 7, with a high probability of the values continue to go up, be surrounded by just one of the beautiful, most amazing landscapes here in Colorado, as everybody knows, Red Rocks community is a place to be. Now, whether you're looking to buy a home in a day or in a year, we recommend go see as many homes in person and
book a Zoom strategy call, smash that like button, and give us a follow for more local content here in Colorado.
Wasn't better than I was before.
What an absolutely beautiful home. And as you know, at the Apollo Group, we won't just bring you stunning homes. What we'll do is we'll bring you the relevant information to better understand these homes when it comes to how to decide if you want to make an offer. Remember, most people that we work with, when they're deciding on how to make an offer, it comes to several wants and needs being checked off their list, how they overall feel in the home, the functionality, the layout, the community, which is why we always recommend go see as many homes as possible, and why we have over 70 real estate professionals readily available to show you this home or any other. But then lastly is making the payment scenarios work. In the payment scenarios working for you, part of that is understanding the market. So as always, let's dive right into better understanding of the market summary and the recent sales trend in Morrison, Colorado, which was a beautiful area as we toured this property. And as you can see, the current market is 95 homes for sale. 25 of those have gone under contract as we look over the most recent snapshot and inventory as of October 29th, 2025. The median days on market is 67 days. The median list price, 822. And so as you look at any property you buy under a median list price, you have a high probability of a very smart real estate investment, which is buying a great home, lower price in a higher priced neighborhood. As you can see, what makes Morrison very unique is the high priced home of $6 million is a very big delta from that of the median price. Now, as you look at this, most of the homes in this area are going under contract right at about 99%, meaning whatever the current list price is, they're going under contract right about 1% below that. That's not necessarily the same for many areas. And as you can see, going all the way back into March, the change changes and how stable this has become over the last couple months as the market has stabilized. Now let's look at the overall climate. As you can see, the median days on market, as we talked about, 62 days. That gives you a better understanding of how long on average is it taking. So while you go see properties, the days on market that you can learn on the Zillow profile or working with your local market expert, this helps you better understand navigating the market when it comes to negotiations, which will impact your payment scenarios. So remember, if you're concerned whether or not there's a high probability that the home prices are going to go up, down, or stay flat, anything under 5 months of inventory stays roughly in this area where home prices are either going to be flat. As you start to decrease down below 4 months of inventory, you're now into more of a seller's market. As you can see, this one's at 3.7 months, which leads to a high probability that the home values are going to continue to rise in the overall neighborhood of Morrison, Colorado. Now, as you start looking at the specific area, though, let's go to the market conditions by price range. As you can see, as you dive into that 750 to 1 million, look at this. The current months of inventory is only 2.2. There's less and less homes becoming available, and a wild story that many don't tell. But if you're familiar with the demand of Colorado, what's very unique is you'll see this beautiful home on the market, and you wait, you make a decision to go purchase it, and for whatever reason, it's like 5 days before you made your decision, they get an offer. It happens often. And when you help 411 families like we have over the last 12 months, you will find out that many times waiting is actually a mistake, but being educated to where knowing how to make a decision, which is why we kick this off, how to know whether you want to write an offer, these market conditions and your local market expert can help you quite a bit. So as you can also see, the months of inventory at 2.2, and there's only about 20 homes in that $750 to $1 million price range. So these homes are selling faster than normal. And overall, as we see interest rates drop, we're seeing more availability of these homes be taken off of the market. And as we know, this time of the year, less homes come on the market. So as always, we will provide you any live by local report. So no matter where you want to live by, you have this type of information. And as we bring you any fun home to see, we will always close out with what's happening in the market conditions, so you feel good about the home that you're purchasing after you feel the property itself by touring it. So as always, go see as many homes in person, click that schedule a consult, and we can go ahead and learn more about your situation, get you out to look at homes, so that way you can figure out the right decision to make after it feels right. Then you just have to make sure it checks off the wants and needs that you have and the payments work. And right now we're seeing some amazing opportunities in getting interest rates lowered by sellers paying that down. As we know, it's a great time to be in the market, and many of these sellers want to go on to their next home, so they're happy to help you purchase theirs.